L-U-M-M-E-R, Sheriff of Montgomery County, Ohio. Thank you for coming out today for this press conference. There's a few issues I need to address. First of all, I'd like to address the manner in which our county commissioners have come out with such an aggressive, politically charged statement against both me and my officers. I have 450 officers who work very hard and put their lives on the line every day for the citizens of Montgomery County. Are they all perfect? Absolutely not. If we have a situation where we have misconduct, it is immediately investigated and properly handled. For the commissioners to accuse my employees of violating civil rights without due process is totally out of line. We'll provide you with a list of accreditations, national standards we meet both in the jail and departmental wide. Please bear with me, this list is quite lengthy. First of all, we're accredited by the American Correctionals Accreditation, which audits us once every 3 years. We follow the Commissioners on Accreditation for Law Enforcement, CALEA, which audits us every 3 years. We have the Ohio Bureau of Adult Detention every year. The United States Marshals, they come in and inspect us every year because we house federal prisoners. We have the Prison Rape Elimination Act, PREA, which audits us every 3 years. The Health Department inspects us annually. The jail kitchen is inspected annually. There's a jail fire inspection annually. The grand jury inspects us 3 times a year, mandated by the Ohio Supreme Court, which we pass with flying colors, and it's all documented. Our Inspectional Service Unit investigates us once every 3 years. The new initiative, the Ohio Collaborative on Law Enforcement Agency Certification that Governor Kasich just promoted, we were the first sheriff's office to achieve that accreditation as well. So as you see, we have many accreditations, both local, state, and national, that we meet or exceed. After reviewing the Commissioner's news conference, it appears that they are discussing 7 pending lawsuits that you see in the news. 3 of the 7 suits are medical related. The other 4 involve use of force issues. During the 5-year time frame these suits were filed, we booked in over 127,000 people. Booked in over 127,000 people in the 5 years these lawsuits were filed. Some of these inmates, as you all know, suffer from mental illnesses. Roughly 30% of our population suffers from mental illnesses. Tremendous population suffering from substance abuse disorders. We have murderers, we have rapists, we have gangbangers in our jail. Our employees have been assaulted, they've been spit on, they've had urine and feces thrown on them. They do an excellent job managing this difficult population. Let us discuss transparency in the jail. We have over 200 volunteers that come in unannounced on a daily basis who perform over 100 programs in the jail. Never once have they complained of any mistreatment of an inmate at the Montgomery County Jail. Let me discuss some commitments that the commissioners alluded to and the resources we need. The commissioners are so concerned about the safety of the inmates in our jail. Why is it they've only visited the jail 1 time each in the past 8 years that I've been sheriff? They're so concerned about the resources that they say they provide me. How come they've never attended a single annual budget hearing where it's my opportunity to present them the needs I need to properly run the office and keep the citizens safe? They've never appeared to one budget hearing. The commissioners are so quick to accuse us of violating civil rights. They are basing these accusations on lawsuits filed by attorneys. These lawsuits have not had their day in court, and as we all know, there are 2 sides to every story. So please allow the system to run the course before you make your outrageous statements. These outrageous statements you have made have now put the lives of our officers and their families at risk. These statements just inflamed community members, further divided police and community relations. They have also just promoted additional lawsuits and have increased the possibility of larger payouts with pending lawsuits. So here's their chance. If they want to be proactive, here are some needs that I need addressed immediately. Eliminate the older linear style jail that does not meet current jail standards. Replace it with a state-of-the-art facility which will include mental health and drug detox centers, which is properly staffed by medical professionals. A large percentage of our problems and use of force issues are devoted to people suffering from mental illnesses and individuals detoxing from drug and alcohol. It is unfair that people suffering from mental illnesses in this community are warehoused in a jail where they're continually recycled day after day, day after day, where I have to deal with them with 20-year-old corrections officers who do not have that type of training to deal with mental illnesses. We've been going through CIT training, crisis intervention training. We're in the process of having our employees trained in that to try to handle some of that workload. Commissioners made a public statement that I was not receptive to his idea of a jail civilian oversight committee. You can check the 2 agenda items from the last 2 months of my Improving Police and Community Relations Committee, where we have started a civilian jail review committee. That's in the process. We take these complaints very serious, and we love to have civilians come in and review policies and procedures. So the commissioner, if he would attend some of my meetings, he would understand this is already a work in progress. I've made leadership changes in the jail, and as I said before, we meet all local, state, and national standards. I think standing here, we can all agree that we have a heroin epidemic, we have a gang and a gun violence problem in this community. In the past week, my officers have taken 10 kilos of pure fentanyl off the street, 3 kilos of cocaine off the street, and 14 pounds of methamphetamines off the street. I think it's time the community knows that I do not have enough resources that I need to combat these kind of problems. Commissioners want to hang their hat on the fact that my primary responsibility is to run the jail. That is one of my primary responsibilities, and I do not take that responsibility lightly. Like I said before, I have very dedicated people working hard for the citizens of Montgomery County. But let's take a poll of public opinion. The public also wants us out there taking illegal drug traffickers off the streets. They want me out there taking this pure fentanyl that is killing people every day in our communities. Commissioners need to realize we're not just an organization that runs a jail and serves civil papers. We need properly staffed, we need properly funded so we can help out everybody in this community. I've been the sheriff for 8 years. I've been with this department for 30 years. I've devoted my life to this community. For me to be treated like this is uncalled for and unacceptable, and I will not stand for it. Thank you.